Pisces, welcome to your reading for May 13th through the 19th. The sun is doing its final hurrah in your third house, and there's a big activation with the sun conjunct Uranus coming through, and you guys are basically getting a lot of security. Whoa. Empress? Yeah, you're getting a lot of security and a very deserved recognition this week. My high priestesses who have been cultivating a lot within themselves because Saturn has been going through your sun sign. You've had to step outside of yourself. You've had to rise above any rivalry, any beef, any conflict that was happening for you guys, because you guys have a very radiant sense of self, but you've had to deal with a lot of upset and disappointment because Saturn had to make sure, do the test of integrity and anything that was not standing in integrity. With Aries, with Mars having both Aries having both Chiron and Mars in your second house, you guys are really not shy about how you are carrying yourself with grace. I would say through a lot of adversity and challenges, you guys are finding fresh solutions to feeling alone, to feeling lonely. You're taking those trips, you're inviting your friends to come and be with you. You're not going through this alone. And we do not want Pisces with Neptune at 29 degrees to feel alone. You guys are making the internet a less lonely place. You guys are making your communities less lonely places. You guys are connecting people with passion, and I believe that the universe is going to be rewarding you guys as you have the final go of Neptune in your sun and Saturn. Oh my gosh. So yeah, you've had to let go of stagnant, hopeless, really defeating situations. And through this, you've come into really nurture yourself and embrace yourself. And it's going to be undeniable with Monday, the moon day. Oh, let me get back a week. I got a little ahead of things. So moon will be finishing up a transit in Cancer, and the weekend might bring a lot of emotions to the surface. So just know that if the weekend before the 13th is emotional, just know it's because you guys are finding that reciprocity, that romantic encounter that you've been really hoping for. I see that this being kind of had to float up to the surface, and they come to find, so whatever was watery, whatever was unstable, whatever was unexpressed in your heart, you decided to go in that direction. You decided to say, I want to express this. I long for this experience. I'm craving this experience. And I believe that on Monday, as the moon finishes its transit in Cancer and moves into Leo, you're going to have really warm feelings return to you, hopefully by your divine counterpart, hopefully from whatever it is that you've been speaking and thinking and feeling into the world, with Mercury coming out of retrograde, coming out of shadow. I believe that you guys let's move. Oh my gosh, I'm wanting to move ahead. Come Moon Day, you're going to see new connections, new conversations, new voices coming to journey with you. And that might be through having been in the vibration of being around people who affirm you, who love you unconditionally, who put that extra pep in your step, who remind you of who you were before you had your heart broken. They know who you are, and they see you after whatever you've been going through. And boom, this person is attracted to that energy that you've been nurturing. So let's look at Mars Day, because that's a lot of masculine energy anyways. So for my Pisces who've been lonely or alone, you've worked on yourself. You've done the honoring, you've done the ancestral prayers, you've been healing some trauma that was not just yours, but it was carried through you because you have been the strongest person who was able to find solutions, to innovate, to evolve spiritually. With Pluto going through your 12th house, you guys are having a lot of a reality check with what works and what doesn't work. with how kind you need to be to yourself, and maybe any sense of detachment that you've moved out of that stagnant energy, and that's what's drawing to you alliances that see your voice, they see how you are growing, they want to, I would say, strike some partnerships with you, invest in you. And as you start to get a little bit more curious about the ways that you can show up in your day-to-day life, how you can be the center of attention, you guys are coming to get the worst out of, your mind. Black Moon Lilith moving through your 7th house with the South Node in Libra is allowing for you guys to see what was outdated. We have a few jumpers. I'm going to get those. That did not want to come up. Yeah, you're having a perspective shift. You're not having to really fight to get your vision out there anymore. Like what started as a small vision and a seed has grown before your eyes. You've stayed 10 toes down in defending it, and now it's like the horizon is opening up and expanding for you to take your vision further. So kudos to you guys, Pisces. Let's look at Mercury Day, because this feels like a very, very distinct spicy energy. Come the sun at 25 degrees. This is opening up a window for you guys to share and lend some of your insights to the greater public, to the community. With the South Node at 13 degrees, I think things are going to start to crack, shatter, break if you were resistant around letting them go for any healing that needed to be done through your lineage, through your career, to make you shine bigger and brighter. The moon at the 3rd decan of Leo is going to open you up to creative solutions. So maybe you can connect with I wanted to say minister, female, I would just say a female matriarch. Maybe if it's not in your direct family, it's someone who's in your community who is a matriarch, and they are going to help you to really be in alignment for what it is that you are attracting, to help to nurture your voice. I think it'll give you a lot of confidence to connect with someone who is wise on Wednesday, who you consider to be wise. So even if it's like Bonnie Paisley on YouTube, she's an older matriarch. I don't want to say older, but she's a very wise woman. And I was watching some of her back-to-back readings with Chris Reck, and she was so on, like freakishly on, beyond what I would ever expect to get from just watching someone who's pulling tarot cards online. And it's like their insight can be something that makes you feel all the more sure of what it is that you're putting out there. What's your message? What is your social media strategy and content? With this stellium of planets in your 3rd house, Jupiter leading the pack, you're going to feel a lot of affirming action, response to whatever it is that you are wanting to monetize at this time. So congratulations. And Saturn, I think, is doing the integrity check, life experience. Saturn is making sure that these experiences that you are provoking, prodding, priming yourself for, getting into the flow of on a day-to-day basis, Saturn is making sure that they are uplifting you and that it feels good to do them. And Pluto retrograding at 2 degrees is going to allow for your feelings to carry forth the manifestations more than anything. So Hulu is illusion. We want to look for where we are diluting our manifestations with any speculation, with any doubt. Double down, triple down on finding the right mentors online, in person. That matriarch energy is coming in big for you all, but do your most to be in the energy, bask in the energy of being the ancestor that you would like to be and that you wish that you had. That's going to be a very powerful way to work with this energy of Mercury on Mercury Day being at a tested degree of Aries, 29 degrees. Really, I think asking you to raise the bar on what you're expecting back from your manifestations too. Think outside of the box, dream really, really big. Like work your way back from the best case scenario rather than working your way back from the worst case scenario, which is also a very helpful strategy. What would you do if everything went completely right? Like right now I have some crazy vision boards up that I'm just like, this is so beyond my means right now. Like, I don't know how this could come to be, but it's like when I go into the world having made that, it's like I've already seen what could be if it was like the best of the best, and I'm really starting to see myself attracting those things. As a Libra, Venus ruled, I sense that we're going to have to really take the extra mile, because Jupiter is going to be at a Aries Martian degree on this day, 27 degrees Taurus. Venus will be at the passionate 20 degrees, and we are starting a new journey. We are starting to study, having come to realize that the disappointments that we've had to shed were more than ours. They were ancestral. They were, ancient. Now we're starting a new sacred journey. We're feeling really fertile. We're feeling lucky. We're feeling like, I love that there's this angel peeking out. I just noticed them in this card, and it's like we're feeling very guided on Jupiter Day to take actions that will move our destiny story forward. They're going to ensure that we are spiritually in alignment, that we're spiritually in integrity, and forming forgiveness, right communication, making sure that we have been clear with ourselves, that we are being kind to ourselves, that we are rising above and getting that perspective that allows for us to actually take gratitude that is really genuine, sincere, and authentic, and make it to where it's something that we are radiating, because we know we are in integrity, we know what we've been through, we are giving ourselves validation, we are comforting ourselves, being our own first responder, and this is really going to liberate us and set us up for success on this new journey that is not related to any ancient karma or grief, or if you think only in terms of this life, what has weighed you down, it's not doing that anymore. We're really getting the go-ahead to shine, and let's see, to be open and flexible in our relationships in ways that don't compromise us. They don't sell us short. They fulfill us. They take us past what it was that we had to leave behind to seek a bigger sense of self. Like, if you've been with someone who felt like a major disappointment romantically, it was likely around the feelings that you've held on to, that grief, that sorrow, that sense of disappointment, of not being met in your romantic connections. And I believe that Jupiter is going to really make sure that you are taking action to raise the bar for yourself, to raise the bar for whoever's coming in next for you, for whatever opportunities are coming in for you. And you're not going to walk away empty-handed. You're not going to walk away feeling like you got shortchanged or like you weren't seen or valued. Wow, you got a lot of energy. So in being brave and showing your heart on Venus Day, you're going to be rewarded. You're going to have a whole lot of confidence, because you'll know that your path ahead is true, that it's bearing fruit. You're going to see the fruit start to come in. There is a stellium in Aries, so we have the masculine energy, being convicted, being motivated, being sparked, and then the feminine energy being really quirky, but yet elegant. And I think that elegance is going to lend itself, because it's going to be turning heads. It's going to be having people get your name down, follow you on social media, connect with you because of who you're showing up as. That energy is something that people want, and they're not sure how to get it. So you're going to form some new alliances. You're going to make the call from this place of having given yourself grace and forgiveness, and giving the people who couldn't meet you before now that grace and forgiveness, because they never could have guessed like who you would be today. They never would have seen it, because you've had to shed so many layers of trauma and grief. And because you did that work, and you have Saturn drilling you and making sure that you're doing that work, and that you're showing up to make safe spaces for you and your community, you're getting that. You are being met by elders, by matriarch energy, and they're letting you know that the work that you're doing is helping and supporting, and it's something that is bringing in this very nurturing masculine energy. So whether that is a masculine counterpart, whether that is financial stability and lucrative opportunities, whether that is, you know, you feel like God is just showering you with gifts and abundance, all of those things and more. Good job, Pisces, because you guys really do have a big sense of like responsibility going on right now with Saturn in your house, with Saturn in your first house, and then Neptune at 29 degrees. You guys are connected and you guys are protected. It's 11:11 where I am, so make a wish and watch it be amplified, because on Sunday, Jupiter's in that card, Yao, and Jupiter's at 28 degrees Taurus conjunct the Sun. Mercury's at 4 degrees Taurus, so you're allowing for a lot of intelligence to come through you, whether that is using ancient technology, whether it's light language, you're finding, maybe you take a camping trip and you find yourself in really sacred ground. Bury a crystal. I've been doing that, and it's really amazing to see how the energy, like you have this together for Sunday, Sun at 28 degrees Taurus. Whatever it is that you have been building is getting a lot of traction, and you guys are seeing like this version of you that you only could have dreamed of be the one who is taking lead in your reality. If you've had the same sensation that I have this past week, I've felt like I woke up in a new reality. I felt like I was a walk-in. Like I woke up feeling like, whoa, what is this place? And like being in my own bed, in my bedroom. So if you have a sense of new intelligence streaming in, please make sure that you're sharing it, you're documenting it, you have your Instagram stories going, that you're making that content, because it's going to bring in a lot of stability, security, and it's going to be a very radiant share that's going to nurture a lot of people. Have an amazing week, Pisces. Please leave in the comments what it is that you're going through, experiencing, and what it is that you're nurturing, because the quality of that nurturing is allowing for a lot of transformation to take place in society. It's healing a lot of people, and it's also elevating you. You're coming out on top. Have an amazing week, Pisces. Aloha.